Two hogs, three hogs, four hogs, five hogs, six hogs, seven hogs, eight hogs, nine hogs, 10 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 hogs.
Hello, everybody. This is Noel, the Red Devil. We are here for Manchester United versus Crystal Palace in the Carabao Cup, and I will put on my camera as soon as the match comes on. But we do have some team news, and a very interesting team Erik ten Hag has put out for tonight's match. A lot of the big name players on the bench. And the team news is as follows. Onana, Amrabat, Maguire, Mount makes his return back to the team. Martial, Garnacho, Casemiro, Varane, Dalot, Pellistri, and Hannibal. It's good to see the two young kids play. Bannister, Heaton, Evans, Lindelof, Bruno Fernandes, Gore, Van der Beek, Haaland, and Rashford are all on the bench. But, last year, Erik ten Hag played his strongest side. Of course, we've got a lot of players missing and injured. And, it's the team, I suppose, to get Mount and Amrabat up to speed. This would be the game for them. It'll be interesting to see if we can actually play well and banging a few goals. Maybe then some of the players that are on the bench, like Gore and Van der Beek, not necessarily the bigger players, may get an opportunity to come on and rest some of those key players that are also playing. But it's Martial up front. So, Martial, this is your chance, mate. Your chance to show that you can last 90 minutes. Your chance to show, because I have to admit, the last game you come on, you looked very sharp. Now, let's see, take your opportunity tonight is what I'd say to you, because we need you to step up tonight. Haaland, obviously, on the bench, and he has started the last few games, so I suppose it's just right. So we've got a back three of Dalot, Maguire and Varane, Pellistri, Amrabat, Casemiro and Garnacho. Casemiro and Amrabat are in midfield. Then we got Mount and Hannibal forward to help those wingers as well, and Martial up front. Interesting team, got to say. Wasn't expecting this team, but this is the team that he's gone with. And it'll be interesting to see if these players that are on the fringes now can finally step up, because we need some of them to step up, of course. So we'll see what happens. I better share the link. So just bear with me. It is an interesting team, but he needs to get some results. But these players now have to stand up and be counted, because it's been, we've gone through enough now as Manchester United fans. They need to show us that they deserve to wear that jersey. To be quite honest with you, a lot of them haven't. And it's quite sad, because right now the sale of the club is obviously up in the air, and we need these players to be stepping up. We haven't had the best start of the season, but we did battle. Further reflection of the Burnley game, I suppose, with the state that we were in. I just want to make sure my Bluetooth is off here. I'm pretty sure. There you go. It's off. I don't want those speakers, the AirPods on here, there for the other computer. So So I hope you can hear me better now. So I'll connect it to this computer here and let's see what the story is connected to. Right. So you don't get any bleed out through the sound. Try to keep it as minimal as possible. Right, let's say they're at pitch side now. We can't hear you, woman. Well, they're saying it's a big night for Manchester United. I think the way the season has gone, this is a big game and we need a result. You know, we beat Burnley, so can we get some momentum going? And I know it's only against Crystal Palace, but still, Crystal Palace have been a bit of a bogey team for us over the years. So, you know, these players, look, the Old Trafford crowd, the away fans will stay loyal to this team. You know, the one thing is, hopefully, fans, well, the real fans will stick together with the team and the manager because they know that the bigger problem is the owners and not actually the manager. But, you know, there was a Ten Hag out contingent and it was starting to grow. So we needed that win against Burnley, no matter how we got it. We needed that win, but we need to now consolidate that tonight with a decent performance. I want to see a decent performance as well, though. And you know, again, that my main criticism of the Burnley game was, okay, yeah, we did battle, right, and we got the win, but the fact of the matter is Burnley dominated possession, and that's my biggest gripe. Burnley shouldn't be dominating possession against Manchester United. I'm sorry, but they shouldn't. I know Vincent Kompany plays a different style of play, right? He likes to play the ball on the ground and pass it around like most teams do now. But no team should be out possessioning us, especially like the likes of Burnley. For the bigger teams, yeah, it's always going to be, you know, because we haven't been great, it's always going to skew the way of the other teams that we're battling against. But the likes of Burnley and stuff, we should be dominating the ball. And that's been the biggest issue for me. Yes, we got the win, but I want to see us dominate the ball tonight. I want to see us have more of the possession, hold on to the ball a lot more. And, you know, I've noticed a pattern since pre-season. There seems to be a lot of this side-to-side balls going on, a bit like what we had under Louis van Gaal. And I don't think it's necessarily Ten Hag. There seems to be something with some of these players that they're afraid to pass the ball forward. Like Victor Lindelof is probably the big, you see him every game, right? He's pointing everywhere to everybody else. And then when he picks up the ball himself, right, it's so obvious what he's going to do. He'll either go to the centre-back pairing that he's with, whoever there is, if it happens to be Harry Maguire or Varane or Martinez, he'll hit the ball back to them. If that ball's not on, he'll give it back to Onana rather than looking forward. And even if he does knock the ball forward and he doesn't get the pass right, he's trying to get the ball forward. And that's what I want to see more of. So there's more news on Jadon Sancho, by the way, for anybody that's interested in the Jadon Sancho saga. So apparently he's deleted his Instagram account, but he has been urged to apologise to the manager by apparently his teammates. So it looks like, if true, the team have taken the manager's side on this. Now, there were rumours that some players weren't very happy with Erik Ten Hag's treatment of Jadon Sancho, but it turns out it's a load of bull, and actually it's the opposite. The players actually support the manager, and I think if you've seen the way they battled against Burnley, I could definitely see that this team is still fighting for this manager, look, we have been unlucky with injuries and stuff like that. I think what frustrates a lot of Manchester United fans is even though we do have all of those injuries, we should be a little bit better than what we are. But we're not. We seem to be very disorganised. There seems to be no pattern of play. And, you know, as I said, there is a lot of key factors to that. But you still expect these players, when they put the jersey on, to put the effort in, you know. And some players, and I'm not going to mention names, because you mention names, you're accused of picking on players. But let's just say there's several players that I've noticed that have played over the last couple of games that are actually on the bench tonight, believe it or not, that haven't been really pulling their weight enough, right? Now, whether that's got to do with the fact that they're pacing themselves because the World Cup pre-season, you know, we did have a long pre-season and it's taken its toll on some players, that you can understand that to a certain extent, but not as bad as we have been. But we'll see. Jadon Sancho, look, for the sake of the team, Jadon Sancho should just do the right thing and apologise to the manager. It's up to the manager then whether he wants to play him or not. But all I will just say is that, you know, from my point of view, as a Man United fan, I've got to ask myself the question, are we missing Jadon Sancho being in this team, even though we got an injury crisis? And I would have to say no. Unfortunately, no. Because he hasn't pulled his weight. I'm sorry, he shows little signs here and there. But again, like Anthony Martial, like most of our players, very inconsistent. I mean, there's defense of Mason Mount, and it's actually quite logical. I mean, he did come into a team that wasn't playing well. He hasn't played well himself, and then he's picked up a couple of injuries. This is his opportunity tonight now to show us why the manager bought him, because I still don't get the Jadon Sancho signing. Now, for anybody that's watching, I will be on camera when the match kicks off. I'm just having a cup of tea and stuff like that. So we will be on screen. We will be on camera reacting to the game. But I'm hoping for a good result tonight. And people normally ask me for a score prediction, and I hate giving them, but I'm going to give one tonight because I feel a little bit more confident because of the battling performance against Burnley. So I'm going to say 3-1 Manchester United. 3-1 Manchester United. And I think it's the first time that I've given a score prediction in United's favour. JWC Reviews thinks it'll be a 2-2 draw. I think that's a good shout as well, mate. I think it is a good shout. We'll have to see. But Bruno's goal was just, looking at that goal again. I mean, wow. And that ball by Johnny Evans. So, yeah, as I said, team news: Onana, Amrabat, Maguire, Mount, Martial, Garnacho, Casemiro, Varane, Dalot, Pellistri, Hannibal. The subs, there, Heaton, Evans, Lindelof, Bruno Fernandes, Bauer, Van der Beek, Haaland, and Rashford. It's nice to see some of those players get a rest, to be quite honest with you. Let's hope they don't have to come off the bench. And this is why I'm hoping we do have a good first half and we bang in a couple of goals, because, you know, then the manager then can bring on the likes of Van der Beek, who doesn't get a chance. Maybe stick on Johnny Evans again. give Gore a chance, and you can rest the rest of the players that we'll need. But we're playing a back three tonight, folks. We're playing a back three tonight, and we've got four across the midfield. Palestri on the right, Garnacho on the left, Casemiro and Amrabat will be in the middle of the park. Mason Mount just off Casemiro, Hannibal just off Amrabat, and we've got Tony Martial playing up front. And I hope for him tonight, because when he came on against Burnley, he actually showed a bit of he looked very sharp. So I'm hoping he gets a goal or two tonight, because no matter what, we criticise Tony, but he's I don't know what it has been with him. He's been injury prone, but when he has had a chance, he hasn't looked like he's interested. But if he's on it tonight, Martial, when he first came to United, I remember his debut goal. I mean, I thought we'd see more of that. But unfortunately, we haven't. I'm not going to, obviously, people will say Harry Maguire is playing, but we've got to use him, folks. We've got to use him until he's gone. So that's just the way it is. Even though Johnny Evans had a great performance against Burnley, and I won't lie, it was like he rolled back the years. But the thing about it is, did you see him after that game? I mean, he was literally, he could have been stretchered off and given oxygen. He was that bad. Yeah. 2-2 draw, 3-1 to me. I say, can't believe I'm actually saying 3-1, but we'll see. But as I said, for me, the big thing is, we let Burnley dominate the ball. We can't be letting Crystal Palace dominate the ball at Old Trafford. You can kind of justify it because we're at Turf Moor, but even though it shouldn't. So the last time we played them in the Carabao Cup at Old Trafford, Ambrose scored against us. And then we went to extra time. Of course, it was an offside goal. So Henderson is in goal, ex-Manchester United player in goal. He'll have a point to prove. He's got a bit of a chip on his shoulder, that guy. Let's see what happens. I'm a little bit more confident tonight. But of course, I hate going in confident, because when I go in confident, I always end up regretting it, because we end up having a stinker. But these players, fans are making excuses, and we all have. We've been excusing some of the poor performances. But I think as the weeks go on now, fans are starting to say, look, you need to step up. We know that it's a shit show behind the scenes, but you put that jersey on, you have to start playing like Manchester United players. It is a bit of a mess. Yeah. That's what I mean. Our managers having to deal with a lot. Fans don't even realise, it's uncertain behind the scenes. He's trying to assemble a team that with a budget that he doesn't really have. Right? People keep saying, "I keeps buying players that he knows." Yeah, of course, he has to, because he knows and trusts these players. You know, he's not getting the money that he should be getting. Everybody says, "Well, the Glazers back United and all this." Yeah, they back United, but they never back the managers in the right way. They never bring in the players that managers want. They always go for a cheaper option. Yeah, Wolves bleeding destroyed us at Old Trafford at the start of the season. Yeah, this is the thing though. If Crystal Palace score first, the Old Trafford crowd is gonna be nervous. It's not gonna be it's not gonna be good. We've already seen against Wolves how nervous they were. Actually, the Old Trafford crowd. I mean, when the manager took off Haaland, and you know, it's been a long time since I heard the Old Trafford crowd do a substitution like that. Um, but we'll see. Early goal will settle a lot of nerves, and then they push on and get a second goal. Then I think we can win it. You know, the problem with United is it goes two ways, right? We could see the goal, heads drop, and we end up conceding a few more after that. Then we turn it on, and then we try to come back, but then it's too late. Then it goes the other way. We get a goal, right? And instead of pushing on to get the second one, we end up conceding one and still lose. So I want that to change, man. I want us to keep a fucking lead and stay in the lead. Don't forget to like, share, please, and subscribe. I'm about to come on camera now. So there we go. I'm on camera. As I said, we'll be reacting. I have it on now there. 7 minutes or so till kick off. And Amrabat does get his start. It'll be interesting. Oh, no. They've changed it now. It looks like Amrabat is going to be playing right wing. Left wing. Right wing. That's ridiculous. I mean, we don't have a winger, do we? I mean, we don't have a wing back. That's the problem that we have now at the moment. I mean, everybody's complaining that the manager wanted to bring in another wing back. He must have known something, because like we're short. Yeah, talking about Rashford's wandering around. I mean, I don't want to pick on players, but some of our fans have tried to justify that. I mean, I'm sorry, but it's still not good enough. I don't mind if he misses chances, or sometimes if he takes a touch too much. But when we lose the ball, I don't want to see him running back some of the time. I want to see him run back all of the time. And this is what you'll see Garnacho and Palestri do tonight. Right? Not only will they bomb forward, they will come back and they'll do the defensive work. Rashford thinks, and Craig Burley has said it there. He's absolutely spot on. He's got the big contract now, and he's walking around as if he's Billy Big Boots, right? But he's not. He needs to step it up now. I don't care if he doesn't get as many goals as he got last season. What he needs to be doing is providing goals for our strikers, right? And if he chips in with the odd goal here and there, that's great. As far as I'm concerned, he's in the team out on the wing to create. So you see Garnacho and you see Palestri. They'll try burst into the box, but when there is an opportunity to cross the ball, they will cross the ball. It's got to be an interesting one, isn't it? Oh, please give me. I just want a good. I just for once, man. Just we had a good weekend. I want the start of the week to be good. Go into the weekend feeling good, and then we have our match the weekend. That's all we want as Man United fans. We just want to feel good. And there's Henderson now. A nice little moment between Onana and Henderson there now, I have to say. But I think Henderson tried to get into his head there. Henderson has a bit of a chip on his shoulder. He believes he should be United's number one. Look, I'm going to say something. He's a decent keeper, right? And I think a lot of United fans would have been delighted to keep him if he hadn't have done that interview and agreed to be number two to Onana. Now, I know he probably look at the Onana situation right now and believe that he should have been number one at United. But at the end of the day, it's the manager's prerogative, and if the manager decides who his number one is, you've got to go with that. And that's the thing I don't like about Henderson. He didn't want to fight for his place at United, right? He just thought it should be handed to him. Just like a lot of these players. I can't wait until all of the players get fit again, because not all of these players are going to be guaranteed a place, and they're not going to feel as comfortable as they have the last few years. Even Hannibal has surprised me. He stepped it up in a big way. If he continues to develop the way he's developing, and Garnacho and Palestri keep developing, then Rashford, I believe, and other wingers, if Anthony comes back, their places are going to be under threat. So what's going to happen is then that those players are going to have to step it up, and they will. And you never know now. This might be the motivation that Martial needs. He's got a striker there now that has put his place under threat now. He gets a start tonight. Now can Martial show the fans what we know is inside him? It's only unfortunately injuries. Can he sustain it for 90 minutes? This is the big thing. And Eric Ten Hag given the crowd clap, because he knows the United fans have been through it. He knows he has the support of the fans, so he wants to make sure that they know. And I just hope Harry Maguire comes through this game unscathed, because you know what? He is a crybaby. He's mammy defending them and all of that. But I just hope he has a good game tonight, because he's fucking due one. And Mason Mount, whew, we'll say. Now Amrabat is playing left back. He's never played in left back before, apparently. And Dean Henderson makes his debut against us, obviously. Oh. I mean, this Crystal Palace team last year, under just at the end of the season under Roy Hodgson, was very well organised, defensively decent, and were actually scoring goals, which they failed to do under Patrick Vieira. So this is not going to be an easy game. Amrabat playing out of position as well. Mason Mount, who hasn't really done it in a United shirt yet, gets a start. And of course, we know about Martial's problems. Garnacho and Palestri get a start, which I think a lot of United fans are delighted to see those two kids on. And Hannibal has earned his spot after his performance against Burnley. So Maguire is in for Lindelof. That Palace team is shite, as JWC reviews. I don't know about that one now, mate. I don't know. We'll find out anyway, won't we? Because we've kicked off, and here we go. It's nice to see Varane in the team because he just adds a bit of calmness into that defence. Harry with the ball now, looking forward. Nice to see. We need to be dominating the ball tonight now, in fairness. Delot on the attack straight away. Tried to knock the ball into Martial, but taken off him. Pellistri battling back Hannibal. Here we go. Casemiro bypass there. I don't know why they gave Mason Mount the number 7 jersey, though. That still kind of baffles me. You know, I get why you didn't give it to Garnacho because you probably thought it'd be too much for him right now. But to give it to Mason Mount, should have left it vacant. Right, Pellistri getting his foot in again. And Varane gives away a free kick. United tracking their men back well. But again, I don't want to see this Crystal Palace dominating possession. Varane back to Onana. Harry Maguire. Garnacho. Nice ball out to Hannibal. Back to Delot. We're very high up the pitch right now. Varane is past the halfway line. Pellistri picks up the ball, goes on a little mazy run, gets the ball taken off him though. United regain possession. That's what I want to see though, man. We need to be regaining the possession high up the pitch. We've got 6 people watching right now. Thank you very much for the support. If you could like the stream, I really appreciate it, and subscribe. Let me know if you want to come into the chat. Let me know what your thoughts are on the game if you're watching tonight. Let me know where you're watching from. Henderson getting little bills. Not many, but just reminding them. Oh, what a ball. Casemiro tries to squeeze it into Pellistri. Nice little spot though. But we're looking very lively right now, folks. Nothing amazing, got to say, but Amrabat on the ball. Listry on the ball. One of these little mazy runs. He's still got the ball. He tried to hit it back out to Hannibal. Unlucky. But he's already looking very lively. Varane on the ball. Gives it to Harry. Harry has a look around. Out to Delao. Nice little ball. Hannibal calling for it there now. Nice ball by Harry to Delao. Delao back to Verando. Come on now. Enough of this. I don't want to see a lot of this now. Martial on the ball. Looking around. Amrabat again. Nice little crossfield ball to Delao. Goes on a little mazy run to Amrabat. Oh, miles over. He'll want to score tonight though. Even though he is playing left back, you can tell he'll want to score. He just bang. Yeah, he's I mean, he's kind of not. The replay showed how bad it actually was. Crystal Palace a bit compact at the moment. So United are finding it hard to break them down. But Crystal Palace on the counter attack now. IU on the ball. Into here we go. Oh, Harry Maguire. Great bit of defending there. Well done. Tony Martial comes back to win the ball back. Oh, but gives away a free kick according to the referee. A good block by Harry Maguire was actually. There was. If he hadn't got his foot to that, that was a tap in. I hate when we give away free kicks though, because we're not very good defending these goddamn things. We defended that well. Delao just hoops out as he always does. That's what he's known for. Sometimes he skews the bleeding ball. Harry Maguire gets his head on it. Pellistri picks the ball up and gets taken off him. Onana. Oh, unlucky. Amrabat tried to get in Martial there. Amrabat looks decent, I got to say. I know it's only 10 odd minutes in, but he seems comfortable on the ball. No, that was a ball to no man's land. What's going on there? Come on. What the hell is that? Hearing things. Amrabat again with a lovely ball. Oh, he took it down. Lovely Pellistri. Oh, but he won his own ball back. See, that's the effort. That's what it's all about, though. Rashford doesn't do that shit. And this is why he gets called out. And Garnacho will do the same thing. Casemiro back to Onana, nice. But Amrabat is all over the place. I mean, he's played left back, but he ran all the way to the right wing to win the ball back, to make a tackle. Come on, lads. It hasn't been one of these performances where I've like, oh, for fuck's sake. We're actually, you know, I mean, we're probing is the word I would use. But Crystal Palace just have all their men back. So it's up to us as the home team to try find a way of breaking them down. So far, we haven't found an answer, but I'm pretty sure we will soon enough. But again, you know, I've heard more of Amrabat. I haven't heard Mason Mount's name being mentioned that much. And again, he still hasn't convinced. I mean, this is one of the manager's signings that I'm not really convinced about. And just as I said that, he gave the ball away. Delal gets the ball back and gives it back to Onana. Oh, unlucky. Casemiro tried a nice little ball to Martial. Martial actually acknowledged it. It was just a bit too much pace on it. But again, I'm a little bit worried about Cass. I know, I understand he is a bit of a slow burner, but I don't know what it is. I just can't put my finger on it. I said it earlier on. I think he's lost another yard of pace. But again, Amrabat getting his foot in there. United putting on, I have to say, we're putting on the pressure very well. I think the crowd are singing stand up to get the Glazers out, stand up, get the Glazers out. And I think the whole crowd, I'm glad though, Harry picks the ball up and he's always trying to look forward to a forward pass. I've noticed that's different about him tonight than maybe other games he's played where he's always tried to play the safe ball, but he's actually trying to pass to get the ball forward. I think once we get the first goal, we might kick on, but we need that first goal. But another great ball out to Delao. Nice one, Varane. Dean Henderson doesn't look happy. Is he injured? Oh, Dean Henderson is injured. See, he really doesn't want to really be going off because he's at Old Trafford, but he does look injured. It's like he might have strained something near the groin area. But it gives the manager and everybody a chance to assess the first 19 minutes or so. Right, the physios are, is he going to stay on? I think the physio is saying you have to come off. I don't think Dean wants to come off. Steve Cooper's in the crowd, of course. Yeah, he's going to come off. The United players are actually a bit sympathetic towards him. Us as fans, not really. Some United fans will say it's poetic justice. I mean, if he hadn't have done that interview, he would have got the blessing of United fans, even though we probably thought, you should fight and stay for your place. But with that interview, he crossed the line, just like a couple of other players that did interviews that crossed the line. But another former United keeper on now, Sam Johnston. But I tell you, if you're Roy Hodgson now, you'd be actually pretty happy. Either Henderson is going down the tunnel or whatever. I can hear just bills in the background. There we go. Here we go. Here we go. Yes! Get in! Get out! What a ball! What a nice team play. Garnacho starts it off. He hit Delo. Someone hits it out to Palestri. Then Delo squares it back, and Garnacho is just there to mop it in. Nice. Nice. And Martial jumped out of the way to make sure. But what team play? I think it was Mason Mount was involved in that as well. But what a nice bit of team play by Manchester United. And we take a 1-0 lead after Crystal Palace lost Dean Henderson to an injury with our new goalkeeper. Sam Johnston has had to pick the ball out of the net a couple of minutes later. And the crowd are singing Garnacho's name, and rightly so. Harry Maguire battling for the ball, but gives away a free kick. Now, this is United's problem. We score, and then we end up conceding 2 goals straight away. So let's see, can we actually push on now and get the second goal? Oh, nice. Come on. That's all I want, just a smile on my face when I watch my team play. You know, if we get beaten by the better team on the day, I can take that. But when the players don't put in effort, you know, different story. But they are. Garnacho and all getting tackles in. Well done. Oh, free kick to United. Garnacho taken out. Hannibal picks him up. The young kids looking out for each other. Oh, he did. He got stepped on. He got stepped on there. That was. The manager doesn't look happy though. Right, come on. Get that second goal now. What a ball. To Delo again. Oh! What a step by Sam Johnston off the low shot. Oh my God. They keep picking that ball out. It's either Delo or Palestri. Always there, and the ball keeps getting. Crystal Palace have not read it several times, but Crystal Palace now on the breakaway. And Varane doing his defensive duty. But it's that ball. I think it's Mason Mount and Amrabat keep playing this ball that just rips them apart. Mason Mount starting to get into it now a little bit, which is good to see. We need him on the ball. We need to see what he's all about, you know, what Harry Maguire going forward. Like to see it again, as I said, he's not trying to pass the ball back like he usually does. He only passes it back when he has to, but he's always trying to find that forward pass. Oh Jesus, that's a hefty game tomorrow, isn't it? Newcastle and Manchester City. Fucking hell. Newcastle last year's finalists. Manchester City, well, if they want to be winning trophies, and we're all gonna have to beat Manchester City, I reckon. But Castro wins the ball back. Martial, play on, ref, play on. Go on, Mason Mount to Pelistri. Oh! He was onside. Yeah. Oh, as he was about to pull the trigger, what a tackle near the end there. Holy moly, what a tackle. But he did make contact with his foot first, so, I mean, that would normally be a penalty. There is VAR, so hold on. Are they looking at it? Right, the VAR haven't even looked at it. Mason Mount with the corner. 2-0! Oh my God! Casemiro! He keeps going into the box and scoring goals, that lunatic! Oh, by the way, we scored a goal from a corner. That deserves a round of applause as well. He's got a big smile on his face. That's what it's all about. Now go and get the third goal. Come on. Nice delivery by Mason Mount. Casemiro with the header in the back of the net. And he's being marked. He's actually being marked. Then he walks away, makes a little jig, and bang. Do you know what? He hasn't had the greatest start to the season, like, I mean, playing wise, but he's actually scored like goals first. Nah, not happening. It's not happening now. It's not happening. We'll get another couple of goals. We will, because the kids that are on the pitch, Martial looks up for it. They all look up for it. I'm telling you, they're not settling on what they have. They're still trying to get the ball forward. I see something different here. A lot of these players know that they're fighting to get into that first team, and that's what you're saying here. You're seeing that type of performance. So I don't see us losing this game. I did predict a 3-1 scoreline to United, and that's what I reckon it'll be. But in saying that, we haven't been really troubled by Crystal Palace going forward. So I would have to say, you know, the defenders could have an easy night. Is that a yellow for Hannibal? It is. It's his first. In fairness, he did tug him back down. Right, well, you're getting kicked out of the chat now for that despicable comment. So, like, see you later, pal. Listen, I won't tolerate stuff like that in the chat, okay? Simple as that. As I said, folks, don't forget to like the stream. We've got 6 people watching right now, and I don't see any likes there. So if you could hit that like button, really appreciate it. Thank you. Right, so 2-0 go, and we're still probing forward. Mason Mount, Amrabat. Here's this ball now, is it? No, actually, but he's getting ready. See, he's pointing over because they know where the weakness is, and Crystal Palace don't seem to have an answer for it. So if Amrabat or Mount can get the ball in that position, here we go. Now is he going to look for it? No, He's picked the ball up again, Amrabat. Nice. There's the ball to Delo, to Palestri. He was offside. Well, it was up to us. I said it's up to us to bring the game to Crystal Palace, and it was their responsibility to try break them down. Onana is similar to Schmeichel. I think it's early days to be compared Onana to any Manchester United goalkeeper at the moment. Palistri again there, shown Mason Mount. Go on, gives it to Hannibal. Again to Hannibal. Mason Mount. It's Elise's trying though. And we want the Glazers out. We want the Glazers out. Is being chanted. Palistri winning another tackle. He's had a good game. Garnacho's had a good game. Hannibal is having a decent game. Amrabat is actually having a decent game. He seems to be hovering from left back to the centre of the park. He's all over the place. He's popping up everywhere. But whatever it is with Amrabat, it just seems to work with the rest of the team. And when he moves out of position, Harry is gone there. Then when Harry moves forward, Amrabat is kind of coming back. I like it. There seems to be communication between our defenders, which I think we've lacked. Casemiro picking the ball up. Bit of Crystal Palace possession there, but nothing. Yeah, I did say at the start of my stream they are a bit of a dangerous team. They're a bit of a bogey team for United, but nah, I actually don't see us getting beaten here in this game. Got to be honest. Amrabat doing his defensive work very well. Gets a huge cheer off the crowd. Just a few little mistakes are creeping into Casas' game, but he's put a shit in like the rest of the players tonight. Even Martial is doing his running. You know, he's putting pressure, and it's not just like, you know, the way he normally just casually runs around. He's actually making genuine efforts because he sees the kids making the effort, so he's making the effort. When you see a lot of players not making effort, it kind of does rub off the whole team. They say, well, why should I put in the effort if he's not putting in the effort, sort of attitude. But that's not the attitude you should have. Martial on the attack. Martial, oh, he tried to burst through the box. But he's looking sharp tonight. And look, if he could stay fit and find some sort of form, and become the player. I know it'll be better late than never. But if he starts banging in the goal like we believe that he can, then he's a good backup striker to have. But he's got to stay fit. But so far, 35 minutes in, he's played a couple of minutes. He's played a few minutes this season so far. So I mean, keep them fit now is the most important. Brand with a nice little dink. Tony Martial holds the ball up nicely, passes it out to Hannibal, who takes a missed touch but to Garnacho. Oh, unlucky, tried to get Mason Mount through. Delau putting pressure on again, though. As soon as Crystal Palace get the ball, United players are putting the pressure on, though. Amrabat again. Oh, Delau. I don't know what Amrabat's position is, but he did start out on the left wing, but he just seems to be floating everywhere. He's like, I think it's always important maybe to have one or two players that do free roam a little bit. They kind of see things on the pitch that maybe players in positions in their standard positions don't see. Hannibal just getting instructions off Ten Hag while he picked up the ball there for the throw in. Or maybe he was given instructions to give someone else. No, obviously instructions for himself. Oh, nice little dummy. I mean, United should be happy. I think the manager should be happy with this. We've played. It's been a good first half. I just hope now the second half we maintain this, and it's not a case of we played good the first half and the second half were absolutely a shambles. Amrabat, I'm liking what I'm seeing from this fella. I'm liking what I'm seeing from this fella. I just can't wait until he plays in his proper position, though. But we get all of these players back, and hopefully we start pouring and doing something. Hannibal's just been told by Palestri to calm down a little bit. I mean, I don't think it was anything too bad, to be quite honest with you. But these modern players, they go down as being like tortured or something. Leave it. Cass looks a bit more solid tonight, though. You know, he's had one or two little moments, but overall, he hasn't made the amount of mistakes that he's made in the last few games. I believe he's been absolutely shocking. If it hadn't been for his goals, I think we'd be talking about him a lot more. But he's had a decent game tonight. It's nice when things go right for you, because I don't want to be on here giving out about the team. You know, they go through an awful lot of as it is already. I just want them to be winning or at least put in the effort. And tonight, I've seen that in abundance. All of these players can hold their heads up high after this first half performance. I just hope they can maintain it now in the second half. We've got to see a 90 minutes of this. And if we do see a 90 minutes of this, then I want to see it all the time, you know. But I tell you, a lot of these players have not done their chances any harm with the way they've played tonight. So, you know, gives the manager an extra headache. And it also, as I said, those players that feel like they're comfortable will all of a sudden feel a little bit more uncomfortable, and then they'll have to step it up. That's the problem with United over the years. There hasn't been too much competition for certain players in certain positions. Now it's starting to happen. There is a little bit more competition. Unfortunately, half of them are injured right now. But when we get all them back in this competition in this place, there's going to be players looking over their shoulders, and rightly so. And Hannibal again picks it up to Pellistri. Hannibal again. And he clever for that free kick. Absolutely clever. He knew the player was coming. He waited for him. I tell you, he plays beyond his years. Hannibal again. Casemiro to Harry Maguire. Now, whatever you do, just go in at half time, get these on massages or whatever, and rest as much as possible. Because I don't know what you do at half time, but by the time you get to the 90 minutes, like we're run ragged, like. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know what you do at half fucking time, but you need to relax a bit. Right, we've slowed the game down, obviously, because, well, here we go. Forced into the box by guess who? Pellistri, who wins a corner. Now, can we score a third goal now? Mason Mount's corner was decent. Of course, Casemiro will go into the box again, but I reckon he'll be marshalled this time. It'd be nice to see Harry get his head on it and get a goal, actually. You know, he's played well tonight. It'd be nice to see him get a goal. No, that was a horrible one. Right, so you got one good corner in you, Mason. And it's the problem that we do have. What a ball by Casemiro to pick out Mason Mount. Mason Mount across into the box. Defended. Martial. Oh, another corner to United, putting on the pressure right at the end of the half here. We've gone into the stoppage time, as they say. We've gone into the stoppage time. What a ball by me. Oh, the goalkeeper actually made a save, but if he didn't, that was on Martial's head. Whether he would have got it in or not now is a different story. Is Amrabat taking this corner? Because it seems to be getting a bit of it. Seems to be a chair. Or is it Mason Mount? Oh, it's Mason Mount again. Right now, come on. You delivered a good corner. Let's make it 2 out of 3. Oh, he tried to pick out Amrabat. Right, there's 5 minutes stoppages. 5 minutes. I don't know why, because that has I suppose, Dean Henderson. There's that ball again. It's there every time. It's there every time. Every time. Crystal Palace, sorry, the AirPods fell out of my ear. Crystal Palace, it's there. It's so obvious, right? And I reckon the manager has told them, but they're just not able to pick up. They're just not able to pick them up. Go on. Bit of pressure by United. Casemiro to Amrabat. Amrabat to Pellistri, who holds it up to gives it back to Delot to Casemiro. There's that ball again. Pellistri tried to head it into Hannibal, but Amrabat picks it up. And he gets fouled for his problem. But Casemiro goes in for the tackle as well. But Amrabat, get up. The last thing we need is you. Oh no, wait, don't tell me he's injured. Oh, he's not happy about it. You need to see that in slow-mo. He obviously believes that it was a lot. To Delov. Go on, take him on, Delov. Take him on. What a ball to Hannibal. Hannibal out to Pellistri. Back to Hannibal. To Varane. We're really holding this. See, this is what we should be doing. You know, controlling the pace, coming up to half time, no mistakes. I mean, the stadium's completely silent. That's it. This is what we should be doing. Fans will hate it, but what always ends up happening is we need to slow the ball down when we get to the end of a half. Conserve our energy for the second half. But 2-0 up. Amrabat looks good. Mason Mount crossed the ball in for a goal for Cass. Garnacho's on the score sheet too. Hannibal playing well. Man, they're talking about tea and a sausage roll. I wouldn't mind a sausage roll myself. Now, why did you just bring up sausage rolls for? Jesus. Here we go. Oh, half time. So decent first half. Casemiro and Garnacho on the score sheet. Casemiro with a bullet header, nice goal. Roy doesn't look too happy coming off the pitch. Amrabat has a smile on his face. The United players are going off with a smile on their face, and rightly so. Now let's hope now when they come out in the second half that they don't fall apart like they do. Now, as you know, as we do these match watch alongs at half time, I knock the camera off and make myself a nice cup of tea. And I have a bad habit, unfortunately, so that's what I'm going to do right now. But I'll still be on giving me opinion, obviously, on the first half. Let me know what you guys think of the first half. Wasn't sure about seeing Amrabat in the left back position, but he's kind of gone on a bit of a free roam. So we'll take out these earphones because I don't need them in, because I don't need to listen to what they're saying at the half-time highlights. But decent first half. And of course, you know, we have the possession, which is what I wanted to see. You know, a lot. We've seen it a lot lately. United teams giving up possession too easy, but it seems to be a different attitude in this game. Trying to get on the ball, the defenders, which is nice to see because it's been a criticism of mine. It's nice to see the defenders look forward rather than trying to play the ball back to Onana every opportunity that they get. But it's nice to see our defenders play the ball forward. That's been very interesting. Amrabat looks very comfortable on the ball. I can't wait to see when he does play in his natural position. But I have to say, a few of those players on that pitch have done their chances no harm getting into this team over the next couple of weeks. Remember, we're going to need all of these players more than ever now. So, you know, it was nice to see that some of them stepped up. Tony Martial, you know, it's a bit of a graveyard shift for him, but he's running around, he's putting pressure on the ball. It's collective as well. The front three are actually, you know, they're pressing together. You know, they're pressing as a unit. You know, Martial has had a burst into the box. He's been involved in the play as well. He's not redundant, I have to say. And, you know, the surprising thing is he's been running around like a lunatic like the rest of the players. Amrabat is popping up everywhere from left back position to the middle of the park, all the way over to the right wing. It's unbelievable. And there just seems to be this ball that's available to United all the time to get behind Crystal Palace defence. Amrabat and Casemiro have picked it out a couple of times now, including Dalot. Dalot will run onto the ball, or Hannibal will get onto the ball at the edge of the box. So, you know, it's good that these players are recognising. This is another thing that I think has been a failure of our teams, is recognising where teams are vulnerable. But tonight, I think the lads have seen it, you know, where they are vulnerable, and they're trying to exploit it. My thing is, on a Crystal Palace side of it, is how they haven't actually shored up that position, considering that we've been in a couple of times with that ball. That ball is obvious, like. So I'm pretty sure Roy Hodgson, as the manager, has probably said so. Maybe they just have no answer to it. But it's been a pretty decent first half performance. Now, what I want to see now is another 45 minutes of the same. And if we get another 45 minutes like the same, we can go on and score a few more goals and make the scoreline look even better. And, you know, I think it will also send a message to those players that are on the bench that, like, you know, you've managed to scrap a 1-0 win against Burnley. Well, we beat Crystal Palace such and such, so they need to step up their game. And, you know, I think that's a good thing. I would have played the new goalkeeper even though Onana has nothing to do. But it would have been nice to see her or the new goalkeeper start tonight. But that's the only negative that I actually have, is that he didn't play goalkeeper. There's nothing to be really negative about tonight. I've got to be honest. We've looked decent, and I know, there's a few fans out there with agendas and stuff like. I mean, I think they've been kept quiet tonight because I think Harry Maguire has done his job very well. The defence, in fairness though, the defence hasn't been really tested. JWC Review said that this Palace team was shit. Now that we've played them, I'd actually have to agree with that assessment. I obviously haven't been watching Match of the Day this season because obviously I don't have BBC anymore. I got rid of the Sky. So I haven't been watching to see how they've been doing, because Match of the Day are kind of able to gauge how well a team is doing. But this is the first time I've seen Crystal Palace this season, and I have to say they've been absolutely dire. So, yeah, I do expect us to kick on and maybe double that scoreline. I did say 3-1. I'd be happy with a 3-1. But, now that we've kept the clean sheet and I see that they're not up to much, I would really expect us to keep that clean sheet now and push on and get a couple of other goals. I don't think we're going to let this slip. I know in other matches before we kind of have, but I don't think they will. I don't know what it is, but this team seems to be, G'd up by the fact that Mason Mount is back and Amrabat is in the squad. The players are all smiling. And I haven't seen the players smile in a while. And I know that doesn't seem much to a lot of fans. But if your players are not smiling and happy about playing their football, well then, you know what I mean, it's going to be a struggle. So it's nice to see that all the players smile. When Garnacho got his goal, he was pointing at players to come over and celebrate with him. The whole team celebrated together. It's nice. You can see that they are sticking together and they are sticking with this manager. You can tell. So the Ten Hag outlaw can kiss my bloody ballsack, because I can tell you one thing now: these players are fighting for this manager. These players are playing for this manager. And if the rumours are true, the players are not happy with Jadon Sancho. So if I were Jadon Sancho, if he ever wants to feature for Manchester United again, you apologise to the manager. If not, you can get your ass out of this club in January. And that goes along with any other player out there that thinks they're bigger than their club and bigger than their manager. You ain't. Simple as that. Now, in other Carabao Cup games, we have a scoreline: Ipswich 2, Wolves 2, Salford 0, Burnley 3, Exeter 0, Luton Town 0, Bradford City 0, Middlesbrough 2, Mansfield 1, Peterborough United 2, Port Vale 1, Sutton United 0, and Manchester United 2, Crystal Palace 0. Now, most of those games that I mentioned are in their second half already. They'll be 15, 20 minutes into their second half. We started 15 minutes later than some teams, and in other cases, a half an hour. So some of those games are coming to the end. So we'll let you know if by the time. Well, obviously, we'll have all the scores in, and if you are interested, I will let you know there. But some interesting scores there out there in the Carabao Cup. Who do you think will win the Carabao Cup? Do you think United can retain the trophy, or do you think another club? Obviously, we can't rule out Manchester City. I think a lot of people would probably, even though we have the cup, unless they get knocked out tomorrow against Newcastle, I think a lot of people will put Manchester City favourites for every fucking trophy anyway. which as a United fan is kind of sickening because, you know, that's where we should be. But we'll get there. We'll get there. Fans just need to be a little bit more patient, right? It's not the manager, right? It's not the manager's fault that some players are arrogant. It's not, well, it can be a little bit of the manager's fault that maybe we have as many injuries as we have, but at the same time, the amount that we have, you can't blame it all on him. But Jesus Christ, we have over, what, 11, 12 players missing. I mean, that's another squad, folks. We've got another squad out. I remember then next Tuesday, I think it's next Tuesday, we have the Champions League. And after losing against Bayern Munich, we're going to need, that's a pressure game. We're going to need to get 3 points there. You know, there's no doubt about it. And, you know, these players, you know, they kind of not help themselves and put themselves under pressure. Look, did I expect us to beat Bayern Munich? No. Did I expect us to play as bad as we did and score 3 goals? Absolutely not. But they could have scored 7 or 8 goals. And fans are like, and Bruno is like, well, nobody expected us to beat Bayern Munich, but you don't go in with that attitude, mate. You know, you're the club captain. It doesn't matter whether you think we're going to get beaten or not. You've got to make the fans believe that you have a chance. You know, and if you go in with that attitude, sure, you're already defeated before you even get onto the pitch. I didn't like that from Bruno, but then he made up for it against Burnley with that fucking strike. I mean, absolutely fantastic. Right, we're coming to the end of half time. So Newcastle, Manchester City tomorrow. For any fans that are interested, I don't do other team watch alongs. I know there are a lot of United channels that do that. I don't get that. I actually don't get that. I mean, to watch another team play, but not your own, and to live stream it, I just don't get it. And I know a lot of people will watch and stuff. Maybe that's the reason why they do it, but I can't do other watch-alongs. Now, I may in the future do Republic of Ireland streams because I am a Republic of Ireland fan, considering I am Irish. So when the international team plays, obviously right now I haven't done any watch-alongs of them because they're absolutely hopeless right now, and I don't think we're going to get a chance of getting out of their group. But I may do the next couple of qualifiers. But they'll be the only matches I'll be doing will be international, my own team, just like I do with my club team. I don't see. I mean, I've seen people do the United match and then straight after doing it, I was like, what's no, man, I can't do that. You got to just do your own team, right? Here we go. Did I just see Victor Lindelof? Who's Victor? Oh, he's probably bringing off Iran, giving him 45 minutes, which would make sense. So, back on with the camera. Right, here we go. Right. They had a bit of a discussion on the touchline before they came out. Now, Victor Lindelof was warming up, so maybe we'll see now because I haven't heard. There he is. Right, Lindelof is coming on. Who's he coming on for? Did I hear Mason Mount? Right, Mason Mount. So Victor Lindelof is going in there, which means Amrabat is not playing in left back position. So Victor, I think, is out on the left back position. Amrabat now is playing in the middle of the park. Mount is off. Already United on the attack. Casemiro. That was a handball. United are not getting that and off these reps of VAR or anything like that. Right, nice ball out to Lindelof, who is playing the left back position. Amrabat. Interesting. Crystal Palace have changed it up. They're playing 5 at the back now to compensate for that pass that I said is always on. Amrabat fell there. Erik ten Hag coming out late. He must have needed a PP. About back to Onana. What's his name? Casemiro with the ball forward towards Martial, but well marshalled by the defender. Acknowledges the pass. See, Lindelof has already had it with the pointing and shit. Like, for fuck's sake, and the ball is going back now because he's on the pitch. Like, watch. Simple ball. He always gives the simple ball. He never looks up and there's Harry straight away, ball forward. Then the loft back to Onana. I mean, I just hate. Oh, so it's gone very scrappy now. Bruno's warming up. Lindelof making the run forward last because it totally messes it up, of course. But again, it's nice running forward with the ball. I wish just our defenders did that a lot more. Like, there seems to be a hesitancy from our defenders to do that. They seem to want to just pass the ball all the time. It's like as if they're scared to run with the ball. I mean, we used to have some great ball playing centre backs, and some centre backs that weren't really great with the ball, but would still get the ball forward. I don't like this side to side, cross the grass, back to the goalkeeper nonsense. Hannibal has to be careful because he's got a yellow. Probably bring on Donny van der Beek or something, get him off. Don't want to risk him getting a yellow, another yellow, and sent off then. Put pressure on ourselves unnecessarily. Now Johnny Evans is coming on. So he must be coming on. He's either coming on for Varane. Just getting a little bit scrappy. No fluency in this half so far. But again, Crystal Palace are not really causing us any problems. But there's Victor again. Oh, I'll run up a little bit now, knock the ball back. It's like as if they've run out of ideas now. But here we go. Victor now running forward. Hannibal on the ball. Gives it to Harry. Nice bit of play. tried a nice Casemiro with a nice little dink. It is Tony Martial makes the 3-0. Casemiro with the assist. Doesn't matter who he's bending the ball in for. The two of them are in that space, and Martial, bang, makes it 3-0. More like it. Now, come on. Let's get a couple of more, even though I don't think it'll be. But here's Garnacho. Icing on the cake would be Amrabat to get a goal. There we go. Pedestri. Martial. Delo. Martial tries the little black pick. Casemiro wins the ball back. Gives it to Amrabat. Krell wanted him to shoot, but he played the ball back. Decision there. But Victor with the ball. Amrabat with the ball back out to Cass. Nice ball in. Battling away. I would bring Hannibal off because I'd be afraid that he'll get sent off. But Roy Hodgson now has decided that he needs to make more changes. So looks like there's Eze might be coming on. Is that Eze? Hughes and Eze, I think. Right, let's see if there's gonna be. Oh, what a ball. If Garnacho can keep this in, it's super. He does. Oh, he tried to. He's trying to win the ball back. Unlucky kid. Did I just see Harry Maguire just ignore? Oh no, he didn't. Okay, he's still on the pitch. Gore's on. This young kid did well pre-season. Yeah, Amrabat will make a difference to this team, most definitely. Got to say, but yeah, because he put the effort in. That's why he's won over the fans. He's shown a lot tonight. It's comfortable for us. About bloody time. Right on, Anna. Come on. Delal loses the ball though. Is that goal? Oh, unlucky. I mean, if Crystal Palace don't want to put any pressure on us, we could just tap it along like the way we have. That's fine. We've done all the hard work, and I think the manager definitely needs to take Hannibal off, though. We don't want them to be getting sent off. Just put on Donny Bladen van der Beek. He's on the bench. Just give him a run out. 3-0 up. You know, they're not doing that. So, what a ball. Nice. Crossfield ball. Give it to Love. That's it. Go on, kid. I mean, we should beat these the weekend. We have the Crystal Palace the weekend. Now, if this team can beat them, you know, if their so-called force team doesn't beat Crystal Palace, serious questions got to be asked of some of those players. We haven't had to break a sweat in the second half. There's a bit of a lull in the match. There's not much really to say. Crystal Palace are just knocking the ball, just holding the ball basically until we win it back. He needs to take Hannibal off now. I mean, it's obvious that Hannibal needs to come off now. And Eric Ten Hag has to make that substitution. It has to happen. I mean, in fairness, even if we were to go down a man, I don't think they're going to do much to us. But still, we don't want to put ourselves in that position in the first place. What a save by Onana. But that's Lindelof's fault. It's Lindelof's fault because Lindelof is pointing. He's pointing everywhere rather than just getting rid of the ball. I mean, I look. Do you know what? Harry Maguire gets a lot of stick, right? But tonight he's tried to get the ball forward at every opportunity. He's being solid. Lindelof comes on, and he's just pointing all the time. Don't be pointing. Get the fucking ball out. Well done, Garnacho. Hannibal's. United corner, is it? Put under pressure, Crystal Palace. bit of a cheap one to give away. Van der Beek's coming on. He has to be coming on for Hannibal. He hasn't had the best of games in the second half, but he was okay in the first half. But again, you know, we do expect a lot from these young kids. Right, come on, finish it off. Oh, unlucky. Johnny Evans nearly gets a goal. Again, Johnny Evans. Lindelof back again because he only knows how to play backwards. Delon now running forward past the halfway line. Martial is called. I mean, there was an easy ball into him there. I don't understand that. Give it to him. Let him get another fucking goal. Right, you know, it's in their half. Keep them up there. With the ball back, Lindelof. Again, Harry Maguire with the ball forward. It's just that simple little thing that he's done. He's been solid tonight, Harry. Gets a lot of stick, but he can be very happy about tonight's performance. I've got to be honest. And again, great defending, Harry. You know what he looks? I know the sun against Crystal Palace. Oh, here he is. Here's the kid. Rasmus is coming on. So obviously Tony got his goal tonight, so Tony deserves his break. But if we get more like that from Tony, that's what it's all about. Can Rasmus get a goal against Crystal Palace? There's a goal there if he wants it. Oh, Eze. Eze is decent. He just He's one of those players, you know, if he gets the right development, he'll be a classy little player. You can see he's got a nice little touch on him. Well done, Martial. I'm delighted. Roy Rasmus, come on. He gets a couple of goals. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on. That's if they get the ball to him, of course. Doesn't matter. Come on. Come on. I don't know what's happened to Victor. But Victor, he, even though I don't think he's the greatest defender, I've always liked Victor. But I don't know what's wrong with him lately. He just seems to be afraid to pass the ball forward, or when he gets the ball, he misreads a situation, and then he's pointing all over the place. I mean, just do your own job, right? Like the other players have been doing. We've controlled it though tonight. Second half hasn't been as the tempo hasn't been there really in the second half because we haven't had to really push out of any sort of gear here. I mean, I'll be surprised if we don't beat them the weekend in the league. I mean, they're pretty dire. I have to say, JWC reviews was right. He said they were crap. I have to agree. I didn't think they were this bad. They're absolutely shocking. We should hammer these again. Go on. Give it. Nice. Go on. Well done. Well done. Go. Yeah. Onana needs this. Another clean sheet for Onana. I love the way our manager now, he's actually given instructions to Garnacho now. He did it with Hannibal earlier. Who's coming off? Who's injured? It's not for us, by the way. All right, 18-year-old is coming on. Orzo for Crystal Palace. see what closes out. Right, substitute. One. Nice tackle, Casemiro. Again, though, we haven't really had to do much in this second half. We haven't really had to come out of top gear because we did all the hard work in the first half. And that's the way it should be in every game. Well, here we go. Oh, nice little combo between Pellistri and Donny van der Beek there. Donny has looked lively since he came on. Done a bit of trickery as well. But he's doing a lot of running. Yeah, talking about man of the match, goal and assist for Casemiro. Got to be honest, it's probably is Casemiro man of the match. I mean, the two wingers have done their job. Amrabat done his job. Delau's done his job. Harry Maguire was rock steady tonight. You know, I noticed with Harry tonight there was more of trying to get the ball forward rather than play it side to side. He really has at every opportunity tried to get the ball forward. Can't say that about Lindelof, but Lindelof hasn't played the whole game, so I don't really care. But Cass has looked a bit solid tonight. Have to say it's been pretty decent. Hannibal, not his greatest game, but again, put a shift in. They all put a shift in tonight, but we dominated the ball, which we should be at Old Trafford. And that's what I said I wanted to see at the very start of this stream. I said, I want us to dominate for a full 90 minutes. That will be this. And we've got 3 goals to show for it. It's not over yet, obviously. Hopefully we can get another goal or 2 maybe. But if not, solid 3-0 win. We get to play these again at the weekend. Hopefully we can replicate some sort of performance the weekend and get 3 points. Delau with a shot. Casemiro gets the ball back up. Lindelof pointing again even before he got the ball. That's what I'm going to call him from now on. Victor points a lot. Victor points a lot. Because that's what he does. He points a lot. I seriously, guys, go and check. It's funny. He points a lot. Point a lot. Harry used to do it, but Harry hasn't done it in this game very often. Only when he needs to play the ball forward, he might tell someone to make a run, as you do. But there's these. See, this is why people lose these fuckers, right? These companies know what they're doing, falling out of your blade there, and you have to keep replacing the fuckers. But here we go, is me 3-1 scoreline gonna happen? Onana with the save. Onana with another save, keeps his clean sheet intact so far. But Onana, when he's had to make a save, he would have been onside as well. But Harry Bilton back. I forget Harry. Nice. Some of the Old Trafford crowd are already leaving. And job done. Get ahead of the traffic. He should be proud of this performance tonight, Ten Hag. I mean, he put out a team that I say a lot of people would have looked at and said, "What the hell?" But he's been proven right. Now, can we finish it off? Go on, Garnacho. Oh, what a ball by Van der Beek. Go on, Pellistri. Van der Beek has done well since he came on. You know, if the manager can get players like Van der Beek playing above their potential, you know, that's what great managers do. You know, we had a lot of players in their team over the years that, you know, were workhorses. You know, if Donny can become one of them, he has a bit of skill to him. Donny, again, is one of those players that United players or United fans would be like, you know, we can't really. Here he is, Mr. Highland. It's a corner. Is it? But if Donny Van der Beek can contribute to this team, you know, even if if we kill a game on, bring him on, that's all well and good. Right, Delaw's taking this. Oh, Jesus. Could just get it in the box, right? Because we've done well actually getting balls into the box tonight. So we want to be criticisms as well. So good cross in here now. Decent, decent. Oh, Lindelof with a fucking absolute cracker of a shot. Oh, Garnacho! Holy moly, Victor Lindelof probably would have scored. Let me see this again. Holy shit, that would have been some goal. And then Garnacho with the follow-up. Too hot for the keeper to handle. That was a nice bit of excitement. What a save by Johnston. Johnston's if Henderson is injured, he's done his chances no harm with those couple of saves, I have to say. But again, nice to see United at the end of the game. Just put a little bit of pressure on, get a few chances there. But again, Donny van der Beek involved in that. Again, Pellistri. It'd be nice to see Pellistri get a goal, or maybe Haaland get a goal, one of them. But again, United, they're not letting Crystal Palace settle on the ball. They're getting the tackles in. Right, here we go. Come on. Go, Garnacho. I just have a funny feeling there might be one more goal in this verse. Oh. Three minutes this half. 3 minutes, folks. So I'm going to give me man of the match for tonight's game. It's going to be Casemiro. There's been question marks, including from myself, about Casemiro, but I think tonight it is only Crystal Palace though. But he was there to do his job, and he did his job pretty well. He got a goal and an assist. So for me, Casemiro is my man of the match. Have to say, there's a couple of players there that you could have gave it to. You could have also gave it to Harry Maguire. I think Harry Maguire was pretty solid. You could have gave it to Dalot, maybe. And Onana has kept a clean sheet, but I'm not going to give it to a goalkeeper for keeping a clean sheet. That's his job. And he hasn't had to do anything spectacular. He's had a couple of saves to make, but nothing too spectacular. But my man of the match is definitely Casemiro. And roll on the weekend. I do feel very confident now going into that game, the weekend, that we can beat Crystal Palace again. And then, of course, we have that big Champions League game coming up, folks, which we will have to win. Pellistri deserves a goal, though. I have to say, I'd love to see him get a goal, because that would be the icing on the cake. Cass having a few words with Harry there. Don't think he was happy with Harry. Harry dwelled on the ball a little bit, but I suppose that's the only thing that he has, that's the only criticism we can really give, because he's being solid tonight. But yeah, he should have kind of gave it off there. He hesitated a little bit. He had too many options. Right, here we go. Go on. Go on, kid. And that's it. Solid performance by Manchester United. 3-0 win in the Carabao Cup. To be satisfied with that performance, absolutely. I knew we'd win this one tonight. I did say the scoreline probably be 3-1, but it was 3-0 in the end. But yeah, after watching Crystal Palace tonight, if I was a Crystal Palace fan, Jesus, I'd be worried about that team. I mean, they didn't even cause much of an issue. They did have a couple of chances on goal, but I mean, they were dealt with. But overall, for the Crystal Palace fan, I would be worried right now. United fans can celebrate 2 wins on the bounce now. It's been a while. But we go into the weekend with a bit of optimism, a bit of hope. And, I was hoping that the Bayern Munich game would be the game that would change our season. Now, obviously, I was hoping we'd get a draw or nick a win there, but we ended up losing, of course. But maybe that was because that result was so bad and we were shambles. Maybe the players, come together. It looked like a good team performance, and the players were fighting for each other, especially after Garnacho got his goal. He wanted to celebrate with all the players and was calling players over. There does seem to be a lot of unity within the squad, no matter what media try to say or whatever leaks that are out there. These players and this team are fighting, and they're fighting for their manager as well. And it's another good, solid performance. But we need to repeat that now, the weekend, and then go into that Champions League game with another win under our belt, because we're going to need to win that Champions League game that's coming up to have any chance. Because if we slip up again, that's it. We're either going into the Europa League, or worse still, we'll end up in the conference. So we have to up our game in the Champions League. We want to play with the big boys, so we've got to start acting like a big team again. And these players certainly did put in the performance tonight. First half better than the second half, but the game was already killed off, in my opinion. I even said, as someone came in, said that, Crystal Palace would win 3-2. Not happening. I just kind of knew tonight that it wasn't happening. And I haven't had that feeling in a long time supporting this team. So it was nice that it actually happened that way. So roll on the next game, folks. We will be here. And obviously, I haven't done the last 2 press conferences, but I will be back to the press conferences for the Crystal Palace game. Obviously, it'll be on over the weekend, and we'll have that for you. So I hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, don't forget to like, share, and most importantly, please do subscribe. All I want to do is see my team play well, and tonight they were decent enough and put a smile on my face, and now I can go off now all happy, and that's what it's all about. Now I'm off to play a little bit of eFootball. So if you want to join me on Noel's Own Gaming, that's Noel's Own Gaming. I'm over there, and I'll be playing some eFootball. So come and join me if you want to. But thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. 3-0, Manchester United, Casemiro, my man of the match. And we roll on the weekend when we play Crystal Palace yet again. And I'm going to say this, Burnley actually put up a better fight than Crystal Palace did. I've got to be honest, that was horrendous by Crystal Palace. So I expect us to beat them the weekend. Again, I really do. And maybe both teams will be changed, but I still expect this Manchester United squad to put Crystal Palace to the sword this weekend. Good, solid performance, substitutions at the right time as well for the manager. I think he surprised a lot of people with his team selection, but I think it was justified. So well done to Erik ten Hag as well, because he's been getting a bit of stick. Well done to Onana for the clean sheet as well. He made a couple of saves as well, and he stood up big, and that's what we want from our goalkeeper. And again, Harry Maguire gets a lot of stick, but I liked what I seen from Harry Maguire, and credit where credit is due. He tried to get the ball forward. The passing was a lot quicker by Harry. At the end of the game, he did hesitate with that Casemiro pass. He should have probably gave it to Cas a lot sooner. But other than that, he put in a pretty decent, solid performance tonight. So I think fans should be happy with his performance, because he gets a lot of stick. So I think he should get credit where credit is due. And again, the 2 young kids out on the wing, what can I say? Some fans will say that you know, they should be starting week in, week out. I don't necessarily agree with that, but when they are given a chance, they've got to take it, and I think they did. Hannibal less so in this game, because I think he did put a lot into the Burnley game, and maybe this game was a little bit too much for him. But Hannibal was better in the first half than he was in the second half. Mason Mount, I mean, for 20 minutes he started to string passes together and he started to look dangerous. But again, jury is still out on him. But Amrabat, very impressed by Amrabat's contribution, and I'm pretty sure he will change the dynamics of this team. And it looks like he, you know, when he's on the pitch anyway, the players seem to play with a smile on their face, just like when we first got Bruno, when we first got Casemiro. Let's hope he's not infected by the laziness virus that seems to go through our club. But look, things to be happy about tonight. I'm pretty sure there'll be some fans that'll have something to moan about because they have to keep the clicks going. So I'm pretty sure someone will moan about something. But tonight, I've nothing really to moan about. Good team performance. Not the most exhilarating game you will see, but job done. Through to the next round of the Carabao Cup, and we've got Crystal Palace again this weekend. Lovely jubbly, as they say. Bring it on, bring it on. Well, thank you for watching. I'll talk to you again for the next one. And as I said, I'll be over on Noel's Own Gaming. That's Noel's Own Gaming over on the other YouTube channel if you want to watch me lose me shit play eFootball. So go over there. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
2 hard, 3 hard, 4 hard, 5 hard, 6 hard, 7 hard, 8 hard, 9 hard, 10 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 hard.